War Commander Krexnil reviewed the invasion statistics with satisfaction as his armada approached the blue marble of Sol 3. 147 worlds conquered. 0 casualties sustained. The pattern was always identical. Arrive, demonstrate overwhelming superiority, accept unconditional surrender within hours. The Dominion had perfected conquest to an art form. Why destroy valuable resources and infrastructure when terror alone could achieve total submission? Target acquired, reported Tactical Officer Veshka. Single inhabited world, primitive technology, estimated population 8 billion. Standard pacification protocols should complete subjugation within 6 hours. Krexnil nodded, watching the planet rotate peacefully below. Like all the others, it showed no signs of military preparation despite their fleet's obvious approach. Initiate contact. Offer the standard terms. The transmission was broadcast on all frequencies. Surrender immediately or face total annihilation. The message had worked 147 times before. It was simple, efficient, effective. The response came faster than expected. Unknown vessels, this is Admiral Sarah Chun of the Terran Defense Force. You have 60 seconds to identify yourselves and explain your hostile approach to our world. Krexnil's mandibles clicked in amusement. Hostile approach? We haven't even powered weapons yet. He activated the visual transmitter. Primitive being, you face the Dominion fleet. Surrender now and your species will be granted the privilege of serving our empire. The human on screen studied him with unsettling intensity. Unlike the 147 previous world leaders who had cowered or pleaded, this Admiral Chun showed no fear whatsoever. Counteroffer, she said calmly. Leave our system now, and we won't add your ships to our growing collection of scrap metal. The bridge fell silent. In 147 conquests, no species had ever responded with a threat. Perhaps you misunderstand your situation, Krexnil said, activating the fleet's intimidation display. 1,000 warships powered up their weapons simultaneously, creating a light show visible from the planet's surface. We are the Dominion. We have never known defeat. Admiral Chun glanced at something off-screen, then smiled, an expression that somehow managed to be more terrifying than any threat display. Well, she said, there's a first time for everything. The transmission cut out, and hell erupted around the Dominion fleet. Ships that had been invisible to their sensors suddenly appeared. Not hundreds, but thousands. The humans had somehow hidden an entire fleet using stealth technology that shouldn't have existed. But more shocking than their numbers was their behavior. Every civilized species in the galaxy fought defensively, seeking to minimize losses while achieving objectives. The humans fought like they were trying to take as many enemies down with them as possible. They turned their own vessels into guided missiles. They hacked Dominion systems mid-battle. They used debris fields as weapons and asteroid belts as defensive positions. Sir, Veshka's voice cracked with panic. They're not trying to survive. They're trying to kill us all. The human admiral's voice cut through the chaos on all channels. All ships, remember, these bastards conquered 147 worlds. Every species they enslaved is counting on us. No quarter, no mercy, no retreat. What followed shattered every assumption the Dominion held about warfare. The humans didn't just fight with their ships, they fought with their entire solar system. They redirected asteroids into kinetic weapons. They used their sun's gravity to slingshot attacks from impossible angles. They turned space itself into a weapon. Most disturbing of all, they never stopped adapting. Mid-battle, human ships began incorporating captured Dominion technology. Their tactics evolved in real time. They learned and improved even as they died. War Commander, Veshka screamed as another wave of human fighters rammed into their flagship shields. We've lost 60% of the fleet. Request permission to retreat. Krexnil stared at the tactical display in disbelief. The primitive world was winning. Impossible. In 147 conquests, this had never... Sir, the communications officer's voice was pure terror. Incoming transmission from the surface. Admiral Chun appeared on screen again. Her uniform scorched, blood on her forehead. but her eyes still burning with defiance. Behind her, Krexnil could see a planet mobilizing for total war. "Commander," she said quietly, "you made a mistake coming here. See, those 147 worlds you conquered? They were civilized. They fought by rules, sought to minimize casualties, tried to preserve their way of life." She leaned closer to the camera. "Earth isn't civilized. We're survivors. And we just decided you're a threat to our species' survival." The transmission ended as human reinforcements, impossible numbers of them, emerged from behind the planet's moon. "All ships," Krexnil whispered into his communicator. "Retreat, retreat now." But as his broken fleet limped away from the Sol system, he realized the horrifying truth. The humans weren't just going to defend their world. They were going to come for his. All 147 of them.